Well, back here at the ballpark, we go to the top of the fifth inning. It will be Jesse Hernandez out, and he has been everything that the Canadians have needed. There is very light bullpen activity down the third base line for the Canadians, but I don't think that's been issued by the manager, Rich Miller. It looks like Brian Longpre and Alison Escalante are just ever so gingerly keeping loose. I would assume that we'll see the likes of at least Brian Longpre in this game at some point. The bullpen is rested and set up. So if Hernandez can give you 5, dare we say 6, maybe you've set yourself up perfectly to come and be the aggressor. That bottom of the fourth inning saw what might have been the greatest at-bat of the season. What Pierce Rankin did at the bottom of the order for the Canadians there to get that ball into center field is unbelievable. It might help the Canadians to a championship today. I mean, there's a ton of baseball to be played, but those are the kind of at-bats that when you look back on a game, win or lose, you will say that is the difference. So the first pitch to Jerron Shepard, who's hitting .571 this postseason, is in for a strike, and the count goes to 0-1. Mountains of baseball still to be played, though. Curveball misses inside. I mean, you've got to get 15 more outs if you want to win a championship. And believe me, Tri-City's going to throw everything at you. Pitch in the dirt, and the count goes to 2-1. Beautiful day here in Vancouver, isn't it? Gentle breeze, a nice low 80s temperature. How sweet it would be if the Seas could find a way for the first time. Slider catches the corner, the count evens up at 2-2. Shepard looks at the umpire and says, I don't know. 3 runs for the Canadians in the bottom of the fourth. As Hernandez, the right-hander, offers up a pitch that is hit down the first base line, fielded cleanly by Kevin Patterson. Thought that ball might go foul, but now we're starting to see the other side of the pitcher on the mound, Jesse Hernandez, and this is what he does so very good. The strikeouts are kind of the icing on the cake. You'll take them when you can get them, and the fact that he's got 7 in this game is staggering. But he is a guy that just busts you inside. He pitches you at the knees. He's a bulldog, a warrior. And he will bury you into the ground. Curveball in for a strike. And right now, if the Canadians could get Hernandez for 6, they will set themselves up for a legitimate shot. The 0-1 is in the dirt. Canadians jumping around. They got that good vibe, that good body language right now. They show that they're ready to go. I think Tri-City's a little stunned. After watching the Canadians strand a handful of runners early, they thought maybe Vancouver just didn't have that big knockout punch. Chopped foul down the third base line. But right now, Vancouver continues to fight. And even when you think back to all of those runners that they stranded, at least they were forcing the issue. They were coming at the starter. They finally get rewarded in the fourth. Swing and a miss. He got him. That is the 8th strikeout of the baseball game for Jesse Hernandez. You don't think this guy wants a championship this afternoon? So Sam Mendy steps into the box. This has been a key point of the Canadian season, these middle innings. It's where they make or break their game. You always think of the 8th and 9th, but to me it's the 4th, 5th, and 6th for Vancouver. Swing and a miss. The counting is up to 1-1. Mendy in this series is a .375 hitter. A couple of guys for the Dust Devils are really starting to put together good seasons, or postseasons, if you will, between that 15 runs that they were able to put on Boise in 2 games. 1-1 is fouled, so the count goes to 1-2, and now Hernandez is a strike away from his 9th. And when you look back at the Canadians' 2011 season, you think of Nicolino, you think of Syndergaard, you think of Aaron Sanchez as the high-end draft picks. But wouldn't you know it, the non-drafted guy that many teams in Major League Baseball passed up on is here in a championship game delivering the good stuff. As here we are in the top of the 5th with 2 outs. Tri-City trying to muster any kind of offense for the second straight inning off of Jesse Hernandez. The story is really something that you just dream of. The non-drafted free agent bouncing around, trying to find a team that will just take a chance on him. The Jays did, and right now he's trying to paint them an eloquent picture. Slider missed away, and the count goes to 2-2. He thought he might get Mendy chasing. Mendy's shoulders were twitching as if they were ready to start, but the hands stayed back. The 2-2 just missed inside again, and it was inside, so the count to 3-2. Tri-City, 1 run on 3 hits. The Canadians 3 runs on 6 hits. This is Championship Sunday. Best of 3 series, both these teams have a win already. And an off-speed missed. So a 2-out walk. It's his first walk of the baseball game. And right now, Ryan Castillo represents the tying run of this baseball game. A 143 hitter with 2 hits in this game. 2 hits in this series. He's 0 for 1 today. If he had 2 hits in this series, I'd probably remember that. The Beer Hawkers here in Vancouver wear an orange Granville Island Brewing shirt. You can see him a mile away, and they're probably the busiest guys in the stadium right now outside of the players. Nice warm afternoon, a Sunday afternoon. Work tomorrow, play today. The first pitch to Castillo is on its way. It's fouled off. The count goes to 0-1. So the Canadiens' bullpen has begun to work officially down the third base line. Nothing brewing for the Dust Devils down the first base line. Hernandez working from the stretch. He's hardly had to today. The next pitch is low, and the count goes to 1-1. There's a real quiet right now between the fans and the game going on in the diamond. It's almost as if the Canadiens fan base is like, all right, we've been here. But now let's really focus in and try to will this team to a victory today. They're all on the edge of their seat, taking every pitch in from Jesse Hernandez, who offers up the 1-1. High fly ball lazily hit into right field. Nick Valagod sauntering over towards the baseball comes down with it, and the C's are through 5. We go to the bottom of the 5th. It is Vancouver 3, Tri-City 1. As you listen to Championship Sunday, a special presentation by Scotiabank here on the Team 1410.